Hello students, now let's we talk about what is a cell made up of and what is the structural organization of a cell. Now we are going to see the cell is made up of what and what is its structural organization, right? So we saw above that the cell has special components called organelles, right? So cell also having some special kinds of components which is considered as the organelles. How is a cell organized? If we study a cell under a microscope, we would come across three features in almost, that is plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. These three features almost found in every cell, that is plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. All activities inside the cell and interactions of the cell with the environment are possible due to these features, that is plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. So first of all, let's we talk about the plasma membrane. So plasma membrane, which is also known as the cell membrane. So this is the outermost covering of the cell that separates the content of the cell from its external environment. So outer boundary or outer covering layer present around the cell is considered as the plasma membrane. It will separate the content of environment and cell, right? Suppose this is the cell. So here this boundary can be considered as the plasma membrane, which separate the content inside the cell from its outside environment. The plasma membrane allows or permit the entry or exit of some material in and out of the cell. So useful material can be entered through this plasma membrane and harmful material can be exit through this plasma membrane. So it is also prevent movement of some other material which is harmful for the cell. That material cannot be entered through this plasma membrane. So the cell membrane, therefore it is called a selectively permeable membrane, right? Because it will gives the permissions to useful material to go inside and harmful material to go outside, right? And as well as it will not allow any harmful substance or material to go inside the cell. So that is the reason that plasma membrane can also be considered as the selectively permeable membrane. How does the movement of substances takes place into the cell and how do substances move out of the cell? So for that, some substances like carbon dioxide or oxygen can move across the cell membrane by a process called diffusion, right? So the a plant require carbon dioxide as well as oxygen both, right? So how plant will take it? As we know that we human being will take the oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide through our nostrils, but plant doesn't having that special kind of feature. So plant will do it by the process of diffusion. We have studied the diffusion in the earlier chapter. So diffusion means what? The movement of the material from the higher concentration towards the lower concentration, that we are considering as the diffusion. So we saw that there is a spontaneous movement. Spontaneous movement means automatic movement. You are not going to do that movement, but it will take it self, right? So that is considered as the spontaneous movement. So we saw that there is a spontaneous movement of a substance from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration, right? So something similar to this happens in the cell. When, for example, some substance like CO2 accumulates in higher concentrations inside the cell, in the cell's external environment, right? The concentration of CO2 is low as compared to that inside the cell. Inside the cell, suppose the concentration of CO2 is become more, and outside the cell the concentration of CO2 is less. Then what happen? The CO2 will move spontaneously from higher concentration towards the lower concentration. It means the CO2 will be diffused out from the inside the cell to the outside the cell, because cell के inside उसका concentration बढ़ गया और in outermost environment the concentration is lower. So diffusion process will going to be takes place automatically or spontaneously, and CO2 from inside the cell will goes to outside the cell, right? Okay, so in the cell's external environment, the concentration of CO2 is low, and inside the cell concentration is more. So as soon as there is a difference in the concentration of CO2 inside and outside a cell, CO2 moves out of the cell from a region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. Similarly, what happened to oxygen? Similarly, O2 enters the cell by the process of diffusion, because outside the atmosphere the concentration of O2 will be more, and inside the concentration of O2 will be less. So similarly, O2 enters the cell by the process of diffusion. When the level or concentration of O2 inside the cell decreases, and outside the cell obviously it will be more. So thus the diffusion plays an important role in the gaseous exchange between the cells as well as the cell and its external environment. So the diffusion process, the cells will get oxygen and CO2, and that is through the plasma membrane, because plasma membrane will allow the exit and entry of the given material. Now water also obeys the law of diffusion. We know about the gases that cells will take the gases or take out the gases through the diffusion process. Then cell also require water. So how the water will be get by the cell? So it is also by the process of diffusion. So water also obey the law of diffusion. The movement of water molecules through such a selectively permeable membrane is called osmosis. So the movement of water across the plasma membrane is also affected by the amount of substance dissolved in water. Thus, osmosis is the passage of water from a region of higher water concentration through a selectively permeable membrane to a region of lower water concentration till equilibrium is reached. राइट मतलब कि ये हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू लोअर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन वाटर और गैसेस की मूवमेंट कब तक होगी? जब तक इक्विलिब्रियम एस्टैब्लिश ना हो. इक्विलिब्रियम एस्टैब्लिश ना हो मतलब कि जब तक इनसाइड द सेल एंड आउटसाइड द सेल कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इक्वल नहीं हो जाता, तब तक ये मूवमेंट स्पॉन्टेनियसली होती रहेगी. राइट. सो इन द केस ऑफ वाटर इट इज़ कंसिडर्ड एज द ऑस्मोसिस, व्हाइल इन द केस ऑफ gases it can be considered as the diffusion. Right. So now what will happen if we put an animal cell or a plant cell into a solution of sugar or salt in water? Right. It means we are preparing a solution in which we have dissolved a sugar or salt into the water. So if we are putting a plant cell or animal cell in this kind of solution, then what will happen? Right. So one of the following three things could be happen while we are putting the cell inside the sugar or salt solution. So the first thing will going to be takes place is, if the medium surrounding the cell has higher water concentration than the cell, meaning that the outside solution is very dilute, the cell will gain water by osmosis, because outside the cell the concentration is more as compared to inside the cell. So what happened? The water will move from higher concentration to the lower concentration. It means the cell will gain the water by the process of osmosis, and this kind of solution is known as the hypotonic solution. Right. These are the solution can be considered as the hypotonic solution. So water molecules are free to pass across the cell membrane, right, or plasma membrane in both the direction, outside the cell or inside the cell, but more water will come into the cell than will leave. The net result is that water enter the cell and the cell is likely to swell up. Cell है वो फुल जाएगा, right, क्योंकि cell will gain the water. Now the second thing that could be happen is, if the medium has exactly the same water concentration as the cell, there will be no net movement of water across the cell membrane. If it means if inside the cell the concentration of water is exactly same to the concentration of water outside the cell, then what happen? The movement of water will not going to be takes place either inside the cell nor outside the cell. The movement will not going to be takes place, because why? Because of the equilibrium has been established. Both the side the concentration remain the same, so there will be no net movement, and that this kind of solutions is considered as the isotonic solution. Iso means equal, it means equal concentration solution. So water crosses the cell membrane in both the direction. but the amount of going in is the same as the amount of going out. मतलब कि इसमें भी मूवमेंट हो सकती है, बट इट डिपेंड जितना वाटर सेल गेन करेगा उतना ही वाटर वापस सेल है वो एक्सेल करेगा, राइट. सो देर इज़ अ नो ओवरऑल मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर एंड द सेल विल स्टे the same size. It will not going to be swell up or it will not going to be shrink out. Now the third thing can be happen is if the medium has a lower concentration of water than the cell, meaning that it is a very concentrated solution inside the cell. So what happens, cell will lose the water by the process of osmosis, because outside the cell concentration is low and inside the cell concentration is more. So obviously what happens, cell will lose the water, and that can be considered as the hypertonic solution. So there is a difference between hypotonic and hypertonic. Again, water crosses the cell membrane in both the direction, but this time more water leave the cell than enter it. So because of that reason what happened, the cell will start shrinking, right. Thus osmosis is a special case of diffusion through a selectively permeable membrane. Now the unicellular freshwater organisms and most plant cells tend to gain water through osmosis, and absorption of water by plant roots is also an example of the osmosis. Thus, diffusion is an important in exchange of gases and water in the life of a cell. In addition to this, the cell also obtains nutrition from its environment, because with the water nutrition will be there, right. So different molecules move in and out of the cell through a type of transport requiring use of energy. And the plasma membrane is a flexible and is made up of organic molecules which is called lipids and proteins, right. So plasma membrane basically made up of organic molecule which we are considering lipid and proteins. However, we can observe the structures of plasma membrane only through an electron microscope. We are not able to observe the plasma membrane under a simple microscope, but we require electron microscope to observe the structure of plasma membrane. So the flexibility of the cell membrane also enables the cell to engulf in a food and the other material from its external environment. Engulf means to take the food, right. Such processes are known as endocytosis, that will show in the case of amoeba. Amoeba acquires its food through the such process. Endocytosis process, amoeba will take its food. We have studied the nutrition in amoeba in 8th standard, so we all know that engulf in the food and other material from its external environment can be taking place, and that process is called endocytosis, and we have seen in the case of amoeba.